with people crowding towards the fence, as is usual, for the British Hill Climb Championship run-off. The penultimate run-off of the year. One more at the close of business this afternoon. And here comes Tom New up to the start line. Start number 6. Qualified 5th fastest on a 45.99. He's being staged at the start and he is ready to go right now. So Tom New away from the start line, 1.92, a very, very quick 0 to 64 footer. Betters 1 G of lateral acceleration. Here comes Tom New now. The car which ran so successfully in the hands of Martin Rose and Paul Ramsden. We were expecting Martin here sometime during today to see this run off. And Tom New rapidly on his way towards Steve at the top of the hill.
Here comes Tom New, braking hard into fallow. Good neat line. Up into Museum Bend. Tom now on the power, out of the corner, over the crest, and through the finishing line, 46.38. 4 tenths slower than he qualified.
Sets the marker there, and his triangle split was 18.4. Sets the mark there, and I'll give you those as we continue with the rest of this run-off. So, sitting on the start line already is Alex Summers, start number 5, qualified 3rd with a 45.09. Alex Summers brings the revs up and he's away. 2.05, short to 64 foot time, over a tenth behind Tom New. We'll give you his comparison split when he gets down here. And he does a 17.5, whole second quicker than Tom New at the triangle split. Continues on his way. Steve's going to pick him up in 2 or 3 seconds from now.
So here comes Alex Summers into the braking area for fallow. Super smooth, runs the rumple strip on the inside, now up into Museum. Car beautifully controlled over the crest of the hill, just the run to the finish. 44 seconds exactly for Alex Summers.
Less than half a second away from the hill record, Alex Summers. And give you some comparison, the Cedar Speed Track, Tom New 108, but Alex Summers are 20 miles an hour quicker at 108, and those two cars will return to the bottom of hill. And yet unofficially that puts Alex Summers inside the class record, but you can only do that in your class runs, but quicker than the class record. All as well for this afternoon, I think.
And also, of course, quicker than Scott Moran's qualifying car.
That's right. So he's usually running on fresher tyres, of course.
Alex stops at the top of the hill. What's the back of the car at the moment? And climbing back into the Gould. And starting to be pushed back out of the holding area and on the downslope, so coasting back to the paddock is Alex Summers.
Tom New with us already, just looking out for Alex.
I think what they've done is change the numbers on the car already.
Yeah, I've seen that done before. The Moran car's always been very well prepared with covering up the numbers. They don't just put a little stripe of paper across. They've got a whole piece that covers the entire other number.
Yeah, apparently you have to manually engage neutral, coast down the hill.
Yeah.
why he gets out of the car. So that's heading your way.
Yeah, here he comes now. So just the two runners so far, but Alex Summers substantially in the lead, some 2.38 seconds quicker than Tom New. It all seems to be at the top of the hill. He was a second over, almost a second and a half quicker than Tom New to keepers. Same sort of time ahead of Tom New at Cedar, and that speed, 128 miles an hour versus 108 at the track. And then by then, over 2.2 seconds quicker than Tom New at the museum track. And a whole second quicker the triangle. So now Will Hall on the start line hasn't done a whole lot of scoring just lately. Didn't have a drive, his own car out of action. Didn't have a drive at Doom because Graham Wynn was entered for Chelsea Wars last weekend. And 1.85 away from the start. That's a really good start. Fastest so far to the 64-foot marker is Will Hall. Here he comes now down towards the triangle. We'll give you the track time down here. 18.5 seconds. That's the slowest triangle. But he was quicker than Tom New to loggerheads. Heads towards Steve at the top of the hill.
Will Hall into Fallow Bend already in the Force PC. Up into Museum Bend. Now charges past my commentary box and through the finish, 47.2.
Puts him third of three.
Yeah, 6 tenths quicker than he was in qualifying.
110 miles an hour through the speed trap at the end of Cedar. A couple of miles an hour quicker than Tom New.
Next should be Einem Price.
That's who we're expecting. Einem Price did a 47.43 to qualify. Was qualification position 11. Currently on 46 points. Isn't going to trouble the top 10.
Frustrating, isn't it? Because, you know, until last time at Chelsea, that's the first time I've got my PB, so I've been 600cc engine. Gone up to a 1300, you think it should be hammering.
Yeah, Einem Price's engine revving, the start line cameras back on. You see him flash into view. And Bayford staging him on the start line. Shock is in place behind the rear wheel. Jan steps back. And Einen's quickly away. 2.07, actually the slowest 0 to 60. 4-footer so far. What he does is he comes down towards us here at the triangle speed trap. Here he comes, flies around second yellow, quick as you like. Car scatters away. He gets around triangle. 18.04, actually second quickest to triangle.
Right, you can hear the Suzuki pushing the Gould up into Fallow Bend. Einem Price flips the curb on the inside. Now up into Museum. Oh, has to come off the power. Ran a little bit too deep into the corner. And he's through the finish. 46.11.
Second quickest, however. And his speed at the Cedar trap was 112.
And
so actually the third quickest.
And of course it guarantees him at least 1 point in the run-up.
Yeah, that's right, it certainly does. Next will be Paul Hames in the another Gould Jar 57, the second one to break cover a couple of seasons ago. Is powered by a 1300cc Mistral built Suzuki Busa, but turbocharged, unlike the Moist car, which has a supercharged engine. Paul Hames staged and ready to go. Battery pack unplugged and carried away. Oh, and he leaves the start line, just breaks the beam, but has stalled the car. So James Wills brings the battery back, plugs it into the side of the car, ready for the start. So the front wheel's only just rolled over the start line. Running again, and he gets away from the start with a 2.24, slowest away from the start line, unfortunately. Give you his split when he gets here at Triangle. A little bit wide coming out of Festicello down the right hand side of the track, turns through the bend, and his Triangle split is 18.38, so mid-table, third quickest there.
Here comes the duel. Paul Hames into the braking area for Fallow. Again runs the curb on the inside, now up towards Museum Bend. Lifts the inside wheel as he goes round the corner, charging towards the finish, and it's a 47.68 for Paul Hames.
So qualifies fifth of 5 runners so far. 47.68. We've got a red flag, a bit of activity on the track. It looks like the now almost notorious flip-flap bollards on the outside of keepers. They're the ones that they seem to be targeting today. So now we have Alistair Crawford, then John Bradburn. They're on equal 9th in the table so far. They're each looking for 9th place, and they've only got this run and one more run off later on this afternoon to settle that position. So Alistair Crawford qualified at 9th on a 46.67 second run. Currently has 85 points with John Bradburn. If they were to finish on equal points, there would be a count back according to the rules. 1.91 away from the start, Alistair Crawford. So second fastest away from the start. Down into the final bend. First speed trap at 18.01. So actually the second fastest to Triangle.
Alistair Crawford into Fallow already. Now on the run up the chute into Museum. Over the crest, running to the finish. 45.81 for Alistair Crawford.
Second place for Alistair Crawford, but he was a lot slower through the speed trap at the end of Cedar on 106. Slowest so far. But he made it up on other parts of the hill.
Super smooth through Fallow and Museum though. So
yes, he's renowned for his smoothness, isn't he? Alistair, never any drama. So if John Bradburn doesn't beat that time, he will drop to 10th. So John Bradburn is on the line. He qualified 7th equal with Ollie Tomlin, 46.62. Away from the start he goes, John Bradburn, 2.07 seconds, 64 feet, joint slowest away from the start. Not what he was looking for at all. Coming down towards us now. What he gets a split at Triangle. Oh, he's over half a second slower than Alex Crawford to the Triangle split. 18.54. Already away and along Cedar Straight. Steve picks him up now.
Now we can hear the Cosworth HB working overtime. Down into the gears into Fallow on the Rumpel strip. Now John heading up into Museum Bend. Gets the car neatly through the corner, powers it over the crest and through the finish, 45.96. Drops behind Alistair Crawford.
Yeah, just behind Alistair Crawford in third position.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And a squirrel just running across the track below Fletcher's Jello. So Alistair will take 9th at the end of this run-off, and Ollie Tomlin on the start line in the big Judd-powered Philbeam. He qualified 7th equal with John Bradburn, 46.62, 27 seasons points to date, 1.86 away from the start line, second quickest behind Will Hall to the 64-foot board. Ollie Tomlin now coming into sight any second. Here he is now. Down to a serious triangle. His split time 17.98. Second quickest. He's really going for it, Ollie Tomlin.
Well, we can hear the big Judd V8 working overtime in the back of the Philbeam. Here comes Oliver Tomlin. Good neat run through Fallow. Just up the chute now into Museum. Oh, had to back off fractionally at the apex, but through the finish, 45.93.
Third position, 0.03 behind John Bradburn. I beg your pardon, behind Crawford and ahead of Bradburn.
That's right, yeah.
45.93. 107 at the Cedar Trap. Speed trap. Third slowest at that point.
Yes, but by coming between Alistair Crawford and John Bradburn, he's opened up the gap between those two by an extra point at least.
So, Dave Uren on the start line, a storming end to the season for the Redditch-based man in the little black car. Qualified in 6th position, 46.01 his qualification time. Revs up and away, 1.88. So that's third quickest, I beg his pardon, to the 64-foot board. Here he is now flashing down towards us. A bit rough on the rumble strip there, but 17.99. Third quickest, I beg his pardon, to the trap.
Dave Uren through Fallow already, up into Museum. Now gets the power on very early, over the crest, popping and banging his way through the finish, 45.77.
Go second, Dave Uren.
And I think that's his best ever time at Loton Park.
So some red flags here, bit of sweeping going on somewhere on the hill. Flags coming in already, that didn't take long. Hasn't interrupted proceedings by more than about 30 seconds. Stand back now, it's Trevor Willis, the guy, the marshalling team around the Midlands for some years have called Scary Trevor since he first appeared in an OMS single-seater, well, quite a few years, 10 years or so ago, which had the Vauxhall engine in the back, the same chassis you saw Jeff Gill using earlier. And Trevor Willits qualified 4th fastest, 45.84. He gets to appear at the start line. Although Wallace Mingus is dropping, we didn't get a Dave Uren speed trap time at Cedar. I can't tell you how he did there. Still waiting for Trevor Willis. Back to County Way, yeah, here he comes. Well, his significant engine note is of launch control. The engine revs will rise. And we go into the launch sequence and quickly get away. His visor's down. The car's staged. The chock is behind the rear wheel. Revs up and away. Trevor Willis, 1.87, north to 64 feet. Going to grab that second place overall from Wallace Mingus. Wallace Mingus will be dropping a 3 at the end of this run-up. Here he is now, all over the place. Oh, and the nice wheeling away. at the triangle split. Only 300 slower than Alex Summers.
Here comes Trevor Willis into fallow. Just flips the curb on the inside, already up into Museum Bend. Two little stabs of the throttle as it goes through the corner and through the finish, 44.6.
Second. Fine, Alex Summers. Just the two to run. Wallace Mingus to go now. Qualified second. 45.03 is qualification time. Sits on 195 points but has 3 to drop. So if he wins this on 10 points, he would only score 7 on the chart, or only gain 7. He's on the start line, his visor is now down, and he's away. Wallace Mingus 1.95 away from the start and through the 64 feet board. He's coming along towards us now through loggerheads, heading down towards us here at Triangle. Just over the edge of the bubble, 17.33 to the split. 17.33. Which is so far at the split.
You can hear the Nicholson McLaren engine driving Wallace up into Fallow Bend. He's through there now, up into Museum. Inside wheel off the ground momentarily. Now over the crest of the hill and through the finish, 44.27.
Takes second place. Just the one runner to come. The car carrying the number 1 from last season, 5 times British HillClimb champion, Scott Moran, qualified first. 44.6 is qualification time. That's the same as the time that Trevor Willis just set. He's the hill record holder on 43.52. He set that in June 2012. A fairly long-standing record now for Loton Park. 2.06 away from the start. He'll make it up during this run. It all goes according to the Moran plan. Turns into Triangle Bend. He's 17.5 seconds to the split. But does he know how to put the power down on Cedar Straight?
And here comes Scott Moran up Cedar Straight into the braking area for Fallow. Flips the curb on the inside, super smooth as always from Scott into Museum Bend. Just the run to the finishing line. Clock ticks down, 44.31.
Out of third place. And we've got a rerun to come, which is Richard Jones, by the looks of it.
Ah.
So they'll be held up there. So Scott Moran actually did 132 through the Cedar Split, by far the quickest there. Just going to do some topping up, but so the win goes to Alex Summers, 44 seconds. Richard Jones makes the start. Give it a round up when Richard Jones has completed his run. First place away from Joshua Moss. He should be capable of doing that. Can he get down to the Peter Voigt time of 52.3, class record?
Richard Jones now into the braking area for Fallow. Little Brabham through there, already up into Museum Bend. Pushing on out of the corner. Clock ticking down into 52.32. 52.32, just 0.02 of a second away from the class record. It goes into the lead of Class M.
So we'll give So the time of 52.32, Richard Jones delivers him the lead in that class. So let's give you the positions in that runoff as the cars begin to return to the bottom of the hill. So, first place, Alex Summers, 44 seconds. Second, Wallace Mingis, 44.27. Third place, Scott Moran, 44.31. Fourth place, Trevor Willis, 44.6, but will maintain his second position overall. Next place, fifth, Dave Uren, 45.77. Sixth, Alistair Crawford, 45.81. Seventh place, Oliver Tomlin, 45.93. Eighth place, John Bradburn, 45.96. Ninth, Einan Price, 46.11. 10th place and a point, Tom New, 46.38. And in 11th place, Will Hall, 47.2, and Neil Point, and the same for Paul Hames in 12th place, 47.68.
Right, Eddie, I think we've just got a half-hour break now for lunch, and we'll be back on station just after 2:30.
So just a short lunch break. See the marshals making their way down. We'll be going taking a break ourselves. It's been a long session in the box for both Jerry and I. Richard Jones missed the record, the Peterbilt record, by just 2/100. Wonder if he can do that a little bit later on. And the championship positions still are that in the lead is, and current champion is Alex Summers, and with his 6 drop points, he's now on 242. Second place, Trevor Willis, doesn't drop any points, scores 7, now on 203. And in third place, we'll just give you the third, because this is where there's some significance. With 3 drop points, Wallace Mingis now on 201. And Scott Moran on 195, so it's all still to play for second, third and fourth positions. A little bit of an outside chance for Scott Moran, but certainly all very, very close between second and third place